Abot hindi na abot yung grabe, pinahirapan ako ng ano na yan, ng XR na yan sa Spain. Oo, sinasalo ako ng mga host pag bababa na ako.
Nakaabang lagi.
Oo, nakaabang. Sinasabi ko sa kanila wala nang mahanap na low seat. Kaya sinasalo nila ako. Pero medyo embarrassing, di ba, pare? Wala,
So,
sabi ko.
tip number 1 yun, kakapalan na lang na yung mukha.
Tsaka yung dibdib mo, lalakas yung dibdib mo. Paano pag nakipagkwentuhan yun, hindi ka napansin?
Hindi na napakwento na lang, tapos hindi ka na pinansin.
Oo, nakatalikod doon, nagkikwentuhan sila. Hindi naman umabot doon. There's a technique, but pare lalo na pagpagod ka, you cannot do tiptoe all the time. Grabe yung ano.
Aris, Gino, ano yung balita sa moto world ngayon? Moto community?
May shortage pa rin ng supply. Yung mga, lalo na big bikes.
Lalo na Honda.
Grabe, no?
Oo. Hindi, global yan. Hindi lang atin yan. All brands affected. Willie Titen, kausap ko kanina amin siya Meron talaga May dumadating, pero trickles. In trickles, bro. Swerte nga ni Gino, nakakuha agad ng multi.
Syempre, Jinno Rufino yan
Oo. Tabi kayo
ko nga, hindi mabenta yung stock na yan
hindi kaya naglagay ito si Gino. Gino, naglagay ka?
Hindi.
Nakuha niya yung trickles ni ni Toti.
Oo nga.
Katawad lang yung kapalit niyan.
Trickling.
Yun.
Trickling parts.
Oo nga.
No, but seriously, they stopped. Honda made an announcement, diba? Stop prod sila of 10 models, including the ADV.
Wow. I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Naubusan ng pangmeryenda yung mga workers kaya hindi na makagawa.
No. Did you know that Wiltec launched their showroom in Quezon City, a big bike showroom, pero nag-launch sila, pero walang big bike. As in, the
Ito ba yung sa Mindanao?
Yes, Mindanao Avenue.
Yung sa Mindanao Avenue, parang 6 lang daw yata yung pinadala na Africa Twin. Hindi pa naglo-launch, hindi pa binubuksan yung showroom, sold out na.
Oo nga. At saka doon, yung dalawa, I think they retained it kasi obliged sila mag-retain ng Uy, go na tayo.
All right, what's up, mga feeling cute?
Feeling cute. That's cute.
We've got 2 of the cutest moto personalities on the show today, and we're gonna talk about how they ride their massive, ginormous
Dapat pala
bike.
full body tayo, kasya naman sila dyan sa frame
So we've got none other than our good friend Jinno Rufino.
Hello.
What's up, Gino? And of course, Mr. Birthday Boy na he's so old. Kanina backstage, nakalimutan niya kung kailan yung birthday niya. Aris Ilagan.
Hello guys.
Yun. But before we jump into big bikes for cute people.
Raffle na ba? Raffle na? Hindi ba?
Wala pa kaming raffle. We've been
Excited,
so busy.
Gino.
Paraffle natin yung
soon.
motostrada ni Gino.
Soon, we will be having a super special VIP event. September 15. Gino, Aris, you guys are invited. Please drop by.
September 15.
It's not open to all.
Padadalan namin kayo ng invitation. Proper and
We-
formal invitation.
Yep. It's really just open to our good friends who watch the show, all 10 of them, and Gino and Aris. So we'll have a great party with 12 people. But yeah, it's sponsored by our buddies at BMW Motorrad.
Wow. Thank you.
So raffle ano? GS R90. Ano yung R18? What's the raffle?
Na at
GS.
lahat,
GS.
pero
Yung
mga
yung
model
literal.
kits,
Okay lang.
stickers.
Yeah.
No, but before we jump in, I just want to talk a little bit. I want to geek out a little bit about genetic potential. No.
Wow.
So
Science.
did you know
Science.
the Philippines is one of the few countries among our neighbors where people are actually getting shorter?
Wow.
Ha?
And this is an economic indicator. No, this is an economic indicator that shows that people aren't getting the right nourishment, and also the fact that people are on average getting shorter in the Philippines means also because they're not getting the right nourishment, they're also getting dumber. So it's all about genetic potential. Now, marami tayong mga kamag-anak, kaibigan na lumaki abroad, right? And among our friends, our peers, we were able to go to a good school, and these are also indicators na we probably got the right nourishment. Diba? Na we umabot tayo sa, lalo na si Jolly, umabot sa genetic potential niya. Diba?
Yeah.
But
Sumobra
that
pa nga eh.
said, I think this show is relevant because we are a country with a literally shrinking population. And Jolly is gonna hop in and he's gonna throw some stats about the kinds of bikes out there and how tall they are. Jolly?
Ayun. Alam mo, laging problema dito sa Pilipinas eh. Pag bumibili ng big bike, di ba? Unang hinahanap kung flat foot or minsan nilo-lower yung bike. Pero syempre, di ba, ano nga eh, based sa statistics, di ba? Ang average Filipino height is 5 feet 2 inches.
Wait, sorry. Filipino male, 5 feet 2 inches.
Male at saka female. Ang Filipino man is 5'5". Ang Filipino na women is 4'11".
4'11".
Oh,
Wow.
Laki ng discrepancy.
ang laki, 'di ba? So, 'yun. So, 'di ba, di lahat ng motorsiklo is designed for those heights, 'di ba, in mind. So,
Ako,
Mahirap.
Mahirap. 5 flat ako, pero sideways.
Okay.
Hindi ka sa
Oo.
pinto.
So, hindi kaya ano yan, pare, attitude na minsan we aim for a higher bike because parang basketball.
Parang
Pag matangkad ka, mas tigas ka pag matangkad ka eh. Height is might. So everyone is targeting
Parang
tall bike.
Gusto humirit si Gino. Gano'n pa disadvantage pa yung height? Kasi basketball is his game.
usapang basketball pala. Tsaka saktong
Oo nga.
height. Dapat pala nagpa-sponsor tayo sa Cherry Fair dito sa episode
Oo
ito.
nga, dapat cherry for talaga. No, but of course it's a big factor, no. I mean, I played NCAA Division 3 in the States, and I was the second shortest in the entire nation.
Wow.
Wow.
At 5'6". I was the second shortest already.
Ano height ni Maxi Bogues?
5'3". Maliit.
Wow.
Mas maliit
Pero
pa sa
mabilis.
Maxi Bogues.
Oo, mas maliit pa.
Idol ko yun eh.
Ako rin.
So may advantage.
No, but-
I mean, just
but-
before we drop back into motorcycles, may advantage ba? Parang vaudeville, can you like go underneath their legs? Parang ganon.
No. I was watching this thing na parang, because you know how you hear those inspirational stories and inspirational quotes and whatever. It's not the size of the person; it's really the heart and the effort that the person puts into it. But in a sport like basketball, you have to be a very, very special breed of human being, aka Magsibog, Spud Webb, Nate Robinson, mga ganyan, to be able to even make it to a team, not just be to be a starter or be a prominent player. But it's close to impossible. So it's definitely a massive factor, and that's really the reason why the Philippines has never really made it or won a Olympic gold, or been gone far in the Olympics or gone far in the World Championships or the World Cup. It's because of that. It's because skill wise we're not far. It's really the size.
So tama nga i-compare sa
Sabi
basketball
ng
yung
wife ko, wala naman it's the motion, hindi yung size eh.
Size matters.
4 months.
Hindi
Pero tama you can
Parang sabi nga
compare yung
ni Gino, yung puso can only take you so far.
Yeah.
True. It's true. I mean, it's for somebody who's 5'6", I will clearly admit that there's definitely limitations.
Question. Okay, now let's go to Jolly stats. Jolly.
Stats ba yun? Usapang
Yeah,
seat
about the
height.
bike.
Kasi syempre, ang daming factors na syempre factor lagi is yung yung seat height sa pagpipili ng mga motorsiklo eh.
Yeah.
So, may sinasabi sila no. May nakita ko sa internet na how to adjust your bike properly. Like hindi lang for cute people, for mga tall people din. So, syempre 'di ba, alam naman natin yung height ng inseam natin 'di ba? Ano daw 'yon? Yung distance from the floor, parang paano ba yun? Between yung paa mo, maglalagay ka doon ng libro na pahaba. So medyo nakabuka ka. Then yung
Oy, Jolly,
height,
yung mga let's talk about the bikes. Hahaba na ang usapan pag maglalagay pa tayo ng mga libro sa gitna ng legs natin.
Hindi, auto-measure inseam nga eh.
yung Yamaha Mio, 750mm yung seat height.
Okay.
Siyempre, alam natin pasok sa pasok sa masa yun di ba?
Yeah.
Ganun seat height. Then, yun, siyempre may mga motorsiklong tataas na ng onte. Actually, nagulat ako chinek ko yung specs din nung Yamaha, yung tawag ito, yung XSR 700. Malaki yung malaki yung difference niya sa seat height, which is siya 836 mm. So that's a full 100, almost 100 millimeters, 4 inches na difference. Pero alam naman natin, 'di ba, sa mga big bikes, XSR wala pa yun sa sa kalingkingan ng katangkaran. Pero yun nga may idea kayo, Gino, Aris, parang ano yung seat height na it starts getting difficult for you guys to use the bike?
Ako from my Africa. Sorry, Gino, this is according to age. Yung Africa Twin ko, when I got it, it's 850 millimeters. That's roughly mga more than 34 inches yun eh. Hindi ko talaga abot. Pare. Both feet when it's standing up, hindi ko abot pareho. So, I bought a low seat. I ordered from abroad. Naging 825. That's
laki
maybe...
ng bawas, ha?
Oo, pero hindi, pa rin, tiptoe pa rin ako, iba. So, other than the height, guys, remember, there's the weight. So, mabigat, matangkad na yung bike, nag-struggle ka na, nagtitiptoe ka na, mabigat pa siya. So, dalawang problema yan. Akala nila height lang.
Yeah.
So, there's the bike na top heavy, merong bike na weight is nasa baba. That is easier to handle. So, those are the things you consider when you're buying a tall bike.
Tama. Kasi ako, even with the 790 adventure that I picked up, medyo naninibago ako getting that thing upright. I'm tiptoed on it, and just it takes effort to lift it, and that's already with the tank on the bottom.
Yeah, that's low center of gravity.
Oh,
Is that the R did you get, or is that the standard? The R or
the R,
street?
the R.
Stall.
Wow, tangkad.
Oh, but yeah, mga 850 mm is a little bit a little bit difficult. So my Tenere was 875 stock, and I remember I was in the parking lot when I checked out the bike and I tried it around in the parking area. Yun talaga was probably that's the maximum na siguro. Like I couldn't probably if that was 876, I don't think I'd be able to ride it. I mean, it was literally one butt cheek off, one foot on the ground, and that's it. Could barely get there with 2 feet. In fact, it was so tall that I was actually in the States when I bought the bike, and Buck was so kind to be able to help me out to lower the bike. No, so I had to send some of the parts ahead to be able to lower it just so that I can ride it around. Because riding around, if it's an open road, it's fine. It's not a problem. It's in traffic.
Yeah.
When the stop and go traffic, when you're filtering and you have to put 1 foot down, sometimes you have to put 2 feet down. That's where the issues start happening. Especially the Teneres, medyo it's a little bit on the top heavy side. So medyo it was 875 stock. It's probably down to about Buck. What do you think? Mga 860? No?
Tangkad pa rin.
Mga ganon? Matangkad pa rin. But
Yeah.
matangkad ka pa rin. But that's with the lowering links and a low seat already. So it's a little bit of you have to get used to it. So that's why when I go in mga group rides sometimes, tapos nagfi-filter yung mga iba, and if I'm on the T7, I kind of slow down a little bit because I can't filter as well as the others because of that. Because in case I have to put my foot down, medyo malayo.
Guys, I have to remind you, hindi lang sa traffic problema ang tall bikes. Also when parking. When parking, hindi lahat tayo nagpa-park paharap. There is such thing as the combat parking or the attack parking, they call it. Yung paatras mo siya ipapark. Pag hindi mo abot yun, you cannot do that. You have to go down the bike and push the bike. Minsan, nagmamadali lahat, it takes time bago mo siya itulak. Bumaba at itulak. Di ba? Unlike pag abot mo, atras mo lang siya, pag ganun ka. But pag matangkad siya, you cannot do that.
Actually, even with the 790 Adventure, I'm about 5'9", and I have an inseam of about 32 inches. I cannot pull it back without getting off the bike. Like, kailangan bumaba ako sa bike. And I only realized that when I was in the middle of the road.
Yeah. Europe, di ba?
Like, oh crap.
Yeah.
So it's not just no. I mean, I think it's not just it is. I think the same for all tall bikes, no.
Pero yun nga may mga bikes kasi tayong like si Gino kumuha siya ng Tenere. Yun yung function ng Tenere na kailangan niya maging matangkad to do its purpose. Paano yun kung kunwari talagang vertically challenge ka talaga pero gusto mo ng off-road bike?
Gawin mo slant.
Tanggalin mo upuan. Tanggalin yun.
Ayoko na lang.
Gawin mo trail bike.
Yeah,
Trials bike.
There's some people who shave off the the
Seat.
No, yung foam, tinutuklas nila yung foam. Di ba? Binabawasan nila. Ikaw talaga. Binabawasan nila yun. Oo. Pero wala na halos foam yun. So,
Masakit na sa puwet.
lalo na long ride. Pwede sa off-road kasi off-road tumatayo ka eh. Hindi naman lahat ng pagkakataon off-road dadaanan mo.
At saka
but
masakit
Go
sa
ahead.
puwet, ano na lang, matitiis mo rin naman yan. Sa umpisa lang yan masakit.
Okay.
Sanay ka rin.
But I was gonna say though, there are some bikes that have a tall seat height, like the Desert X, for example. But it kind of gets narrower as it gets towards the tank. So even though the seat height is listed, if I'm not mistaken, 875 also, same as the Tenere, it doesn't feel as high because it doesn't feel as tall because by the time you could scoot over to the front a little bit and you can get to the ground easier. So really quickly, when I was in Italy for the Ducati World Week, I was actually requesting for a lowered seat for the Desert X, but they didn't have one. And because we were rotating people with different bikes, parang it was just too hassle to do it, right? So it's like, fine, I'll suck it up and I'll just If I drop it, I drop it. And it I was surprised that I managed to do it because of the it gets narrower in the front of the seat of the DX, that it's a little bit more manageable for somebody who's 5'6".
Actually, that's another good point, Gino. No, it's not just the seat height that matters. It's the how wide the bike is. So I'll give you an example. Yung XADV buck, diba? It's not a tall bike, but because it's a scooter, it's wide.
Yeah.
So nababawasan rin yung I mean, it's not, again, it's not as challenging as a Desert X or a Tenere, but it is still challenging because it is wide. So it's not just the seat height, but it's also the lapad ng motor. Si Jolly can't relate at all. He's I've never had any problem with any of the bikes we're talking about. I don't get it.
Kasi kayong lahat.
Ito yung madalas sinasabi. Like,
Kayong itlog.
yung, di ba, parang may mga nagsasabi na hindi naman kailangan daw talaga flat foot, di ba? Yung bike. Pero syempre, kung beginner ka na rider, kailangan mo ng confidence of having a manageable bike, di ba?
Yeah, but
with that
but
in mind,
yeah.
Sige, go ahead.
No, I was about to say though, but that's why you don't get a tall bike na medyo mabigat as a beginner. I mean,
Hanggang
diba?
ganun.
you just can't do it. It's just it's not,
It's biting more than you can chew, pare.
diba?
Gino,
Parang,
remember when we rode with George and he brought that 1250 GS?
the GS 1200
That was
GS.
one of his first 1200 GS. That was like one of his first long rides, yata.
Yeah, and he fell
And he fell, yeah.
because he stopped and then incline and he got off the bike and then
boom.
The beaten, you call it the beaten,
The
diba?
beaten.
Pag
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So,
Yung,
and it's expensive.
Tatawanan tayo ni Jolly, oh.
These
So, tahimik lang
losers.
siya. Tahimik
They
lang
never
siya.
reached their they
You
never
know,
reached their genetic potential.
I think that's really one of the first or foremost pinaka-important na consideration when buying a bike. Huwag nyo nang pilitin because lalo na yung mga beginner. I mean, ako, pag tinatanong nila ako what's the best bike for me? Sabi ko, when you're buying a bike, treat nyo yung mga bike parang pair of shoes. Hindi lahat kakasya sa inyo. Hindi lahat comfortable sa inyo. Hindi lahat babagay sa lifestyle nyo. So make sure that yung qualities na yun, tatama. Kung hindi, you're gonna end up regretting things. Di ba? Hindi porque sinabi ni Aris Ilagan sa review, sinabi ni Jinno Rufino sa review, tatama na sa inyo. You have to remember, ang bikes, unlike the cars, yung cars namumove mo yung upuan natataas baba, yung manibela, pindot ka lang, gumaganon-ganon yan, or maatras sa bante, di ba? Sa bike, there's no such thing. Dala ka ng liabe. O Allen Red.
Sasakyan naman, Aris, kunwari, sobrang mong laking tao, hindi ka kakasya sa jeepney. Huwag ka kumuha ng jeepney.
Yun, kaya nga. Kasi sasakit lang likod mo Di ba? Yun, akala nila, parang, pag binili mo yung bike, ano na sa'yo, okay ka na. No, it's not that.
Hindi responsibilidad ng manufacturer na i-adjust yung height sa'yo.
Yeah.
Kaya nga. Yun.
There was
alam mo, daming nagsasabi kasi sa akin dati na parang, matangkad ako 6'3" ako. May nagsasabi, ang tangkad, buti ka pa. Kahit anong motor daw, pwede ko sakyan. Abo, hindi rin. Kasi, pasakyan mo ako sa RC390, hindi ako mag-enjoy dun.
Dude, dahil tumatama yung chan mo.
I think there's a sweet spot, right? There's a sweet spot in terms of the height. Like, there could be people who are too tall to ride certain types of bikes. There's people who are too short to ride certain types of bikes. So it's just the way the life happens. Life is.
Guys,
Hi, Archie.
I saw Archie's message. BMW GS pwede. It's one of the best selling points in GS when they got the low seat.
Adjustable
Asian specs. Pare, dyan pa naghahabol ngayon yung mga full-size adventure bike. Wala silang ma-produce na ganyan. So, ang lakas ng sales ng GS. I mean, one of their secret weapons yan. The
Uy,
The
at
AC.
saka
other
yung
secret
kagandahan
weapon
sa
is Archie Garcia.
ang kagandahan din ng GS kasi, adjustable yung upuan, bumababa yung upuan mismo. Yung mga ibang
Yeah,
bikes
no?
kasi walang ganung feature. So nangyayari, yung mga users, binababa yung suspension.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So nako-compromise yung performance.
Jolly, explain niyo yung technical side. Yung mga electronics ngayon, no, paano mo siya mapapababaan, yung bike. Ano yung pipindutin mo? Ano yung settings na gagawin mo para bumaba yung bike?
Depende sa bike.
Di ba? Yung preload, damping.
Yun, like sa GS, yung ESA niya, na-adjust mo yung damping depende sa
Yeah.
sa load mo. So kung isa, dalawang rider or may karga ka, tapos
Yeah.
yung iba pa yung height mismo, ina-adjust yun from the factory na parang kung gusto mo factory low suspension, binababa. Tapos
Okay.
yung
But it
yung
also
preload,
adjusts.
mm,
It also adjusts
Preload
based
lang.
on a ride mode,
Yeah.
right?
Ride
If you
mode.
like, we rode with Mark over the weekend, kami ni Buck, and reklamo siya ng reklamo about the 1290 Super Adventure S, diba, Buck? And then he
Mababa
realized na
masyado.
after the toll booth, may kinalikot siya, ay, pwede pala
Adjustable
taasan.
pala.
And then after he got it the right
Yeah.
height,
Okay.
tumakbo na siya,
Palag-
happy na siya eh.
Palagi naman nagrereklamo yun eh.
except
And
sa
there's-
Desert X.
Jolly, there's also the di ba, the lowering link. I
Yeah.
think kumuha ata si Gino nun eh. Can you explain
Yeah,
that
for-
sa mga viewers?
Yeah, no.
pa?
For the Tenere, I ordered a lowering link that lowered the bike, I don't know, back mga what, almost 2 inches? Mga
Oh,
ganun.
malaki oh.
15
medyo
M,
malaki
laki na.
3.
Yeah.
Laki.
So
Yeah.
parang and then he had to lower the suspension in the front a little bit because yun nga, the suspension it's different na eh. So once you lower a bike with the links, you have to make adjustments throughout that kind of yun nga, it compromises the performance. It really does. In fact, one of the guys sa T7 sa Tenere 700 group actually said na parang if you're gonna force the issue with the bike na it's too tall for you talaga, then maybe it shouldn't be for you. I mean, it's
Yun.
yeah, parang it's not anymore what it's supposed to be out of the factory because you lower the suspension. Na compromise nga yung performance ng bike because of it.
Okay, so Mark just said, Gino, iba, mga nabudol ko bumili ng motor.
Lahat
Which
naman
is
binudol
true.
na to eh. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, nabudol ka to buy a bike that's too tall for you. That you had to change its performance functionality.
For me?
Yeah.
No. Well, you know,
Yan ang
I really wanted that bike, right? I mean, it was actually a goal. It was like all right, I want a T7, and you could never find it in the secondary market. Like it's just not available. In fact, nga, brand new market, mahirap na nga eh. Around the world, it's a very hard bike to get. And I was about to leave for the States in November last year or October last year. And then bigla na lang I saw it I saw an ad for it. So of course I called right away. I went to check it out. I didn't tell Mark yet right away. So I went to check it out by myself. And then I was like, parang gusto ko to. Parang kaya ko naman. I can kind of get to the floor, but I know I can lower it ng konti. And then I went back the next day with Mark already. The day that I was leaving for the States. And ended up purchasing the bike.
did he use the same boodle term na parang
Okay, he said,
if you don't get it,
ako na lang, ako na lang,
ay,
akin na yan.
grabe. Kasi that's what really triggered me. I was like, oh crap, kaya niyang bilhin
Yeah.
ko. Unahin
Yeah.
ko na siya.
Yeah, but put it this way. I just needed to be pushed over the edge a little bit. I was there already. I was ready to jump. I just needed
same.
an extra little shove in the end just so that I would be able to do it. Because I had an out, right? I had an out that I was leaving. That evening.
Yeah.
That evening I was leaving for the States. So Yeah, I ended up.
Ako naman, if you watch Tunay na Rider, the 790 Adventure R has been my bucket list bike
Yeah,
for ever since we started the show. And then pandemic hit and I went broke. So I was like, nope, this goes into survival. But the deal that Mark was able to get for me was ridiculous. But anyway, all right. So you've got the Tenere.
Yeah.
Aris, you got your dream bike, right?
Yes.
And tell us
Africa
about your
Twin.
dream bike and how you got it. And
Yeah.
because these are tall bikes. These aren't meant I mean, on paper, it really isn't made for Filipinos generally, right? These two bikes.
Yeah, but really, I fell in love with it when I first used it in Malaysia, 2017 Honda Asian Journey. Since then, I told myself I really want that bike. So, you know what happened? While waiting, kasi it only comes in trickles, yung Africa Twin, especially the Adventure Sports, yung the DCT model. So, nag-prepare ako. Sabi ko, matangkad, baka wala akong makitang low seat dito, which is true. The low seat is not available here. You have to order it abroad. So, it will take time ulit pagdating. You know what I bought? I bought something na sabi ko, ayoko madamit yung bike pagdating niya. So, that's 850 millimeter. Short ako eh. That's more than 34 inches. Ang comfortable bikes, hindi naman. Yung abot ko, at least 33 maximum for me to survive in traffic. So,
Teka,
I bought
Aris, what's your height? So just so that we have a...
5'6". Pareho lang tayo, you mentioned.
Pareho ba tayo?
But Gino, you're more athletic than me. Of course, you're younger. The thing you were telling me kanina, telling the viewers, yung nagaganon ka sa seat, ini-slide mo yung butt mo, then you're standing
Butt
with
slide.
one leg.
Butt
Butt
sliding.
slide. You're standing with one leg.
Yeah.
Kaya ko yun, but mapapagod ako sobra if I do it often, lalo na sa traffic. That's reality. Ano na yan eh. Physical condition ko na yan eh. But still, I wanted the Africa Twin. You know what I did? I bought this thing, oh. I don't know if you're familiar with this.
Parang bitin na
Parang
crocs.
barko, no? Parang
Tawag dyan. Parang takong sa harap.
It's sole extender. Look. Ito yung shoes. Yan ang shoes, di ba? Kinakabitin dyan, oh. Look. So it gives you around, 2 inches more.
Laki
Tapos may
Galing,
cabin
galing.
dyan sa ilalim. For the brake and for the clutch pedal. Nakaan siya,
Strap.
yeah, velcro. So pagbaba mo, hindi ka mukhang clown.
Aris,
Ano yan?
ni Mark Song, strap on daw ba yan?
Strap
on.
strap
Pang
on.
dagdag ng
Strap
leg.
on.
They call it
Pala-
Ng leg.
uprider.
It's a
Yeah,
black
this is-
strap on.
Strap on to si Aris.
Ito yung natanggal. Ito yung hindi nakakabit. Yan siya.
Big black strap on.
Yeah.
Big black strap on to extend leg.
Yeah, but some
2
people
inches.
say it's unsafe. Hindi na ako umabot dito sa paggamit nito kasi I was able to get a low seat. Ngayon, pinagbibili ko na siya. So you just message us kung anybody interested. Pero I mean, I think it would help. It would help. Yung may ganun. Kung talagang nandyan na, nabudol ka na, tapos hindi na, todo na yung adjustment. Try this one. I think, kasi
Hindi,
team
okay
from
yan,
Europe
Aris. Sa
Yeah.
mga nakikinig, kung medyo gusto nyo ng strap-on na slightly used ni Aris, for sale.
No, hindi ko pa nagamit. Anong brand niya is, Uprider. Google nyo. And, pwede siyang
UP.
Lagay niya, strap on, big black.
Hindi, I mean, ang point ko lang dito, hindi pa kayo hopeless. Look for this one. Baka or you were telling us, guys, about the Marikina Lady Gaga boots. Yeah.
Oo. So, I mean, a lot. My
Yeah,
dad is
possible.
a rider and he's got scoliosis now. So he was 5'4" and then he stopped counting. Because with scoliosis, curvature ng spine yun. So lumilit yung dad ko, lalo nang nagka-curve yung spine niya. but he rides, and what he does is nagpapadagdag siya ng sole in mga Cubao Shoe Expo, sa Marikina, sa mga cobblers, sa riding shoes niya para may extra height siya. And then here's a sample. Hold on. Let me share my screen of another tunay na rider guest. Yun. I mean, if you take a look at her shoes, I don't think those are stock.
Pang
Right?
ano yun,
Yeah.
Parang
Yeah.
Pang Gene Simmons.
dinagdag niya. Oh, pang Gene Simmons. So it seems like there are ways to go around it. Pero Aris, what are your thoughts, Gino, on doing something like this? Have you done anything to your
Yeah.
shoes to modify them?
No. Well,
No.
no.
Yeah.
I just have like ADV boots that are a little bit thicker than normal shoes, I suppose. Nothing really.
Yeah, tsaka, Gino, I don't think you and I will wear something like that, no? Suotin jersey. Kaya ang grabe naman nun. Kaya nga, I opted for this strap-on, sole extender. At least pag pababa na, tatanggalin mo na siya.
Pero
Ang
nagamit
hirap
mo na,
yun.
Aris. Na-try mo
Hindi
na.
pa, actually, hindi pa. I'm doing a video about it soon.
Yeah, how do you walk?
You have to remove it. Don't walk with it, pare. Kaya nga strap-on siya eh. Pagbaba mo siya, tanggalin mo na siya. And sayang,
Mo yan.
I think
Gino,
sayang
you don't walk around with a strap on.
Yeah.
No, okay,
People
so
will look at you funny.
before I actually had a pair of shoes na kind of look like that because you put them on and it was to train you to be able to work on the muscles in your legs so that you can jump higher. They were called jump soles. And
yeah.
that's what it looked like. So it really worked on the leg muscles and that you would train with it, you'd run with it, you do these drills with it. Pero workout talaga siya. So kaya, that's kind of what it looked like.
Very important. Gino just mentioned the magic word. A leg workout. Very
Yun.
important. Yeah. If you want to handle ride tall bikes, you work your leg out sa mga gym. Hindi pwedeng weak legs dyan.
HM daw yung
May
strap-on
nagtatanong
mo.
na, how much daw yung used strap-on? No.
Yeah. PM me. Please PM. PM me.
Depende. Depende sa kulay. May niya,
PM
may
is
puti at saka brown.
Tsaka black. Siyempre yung black.
Yeah. Ang galing din eh. Wala pa nga ako nakita na na meron ito. Or tinatago nila parang ako.
Tinatago yan. Walang maglalabas niyan.
Okay, so going back to your bikes. Okay, so Gino, you've got the Tenere. You were saying that you modified the bike.
Yeah.
Were
Lower a little
there
bit.
any performance issues that you noticed
Well,
from?
it's not like I'm a hardcore off-road person, right? I mean, I've gone on the trail maybe 3 times in my life, and it's with Buck and Mark Sung. So it's not like I would. I mean, I'm not Paul Taras, right? So it's not like I'll do anything like that. I don't need that much clearance to be able to enjoy the bike. So I don't believe it's affected the performance for my usage, at least. Which is touring, and of course a little bit of trail here and there. I just really wanted to bike because it's comfortable enough to take on longer rides, and then if I wanted to go on some back roads and some light trails, I can use it. I had no intentions of doing a Bakpago Mark Sung type of off-road with that bike. But I've gone on a couple of trails with it, and I've quite enjoyed it. Was that ano yun? DRT ba yun? Yung the place DRT Panay. So it's that's the purpose. That's the reason why I got it.
Okay, so if you're willing to, I guess, compromise with a little bit of the functionality, but still maintain why you got it.
Yeah.
You're happy with the modifications. And what are the mods you made again?
Well, for the height, that's it. So I just changed the lowering link, or I put a lowered link, a shorter link, and then the seat is also a little bit different than the stock. But everything else, well, of course, the normal stuff, the crash guards, auxiliary lights, bocina, handguards.
And then the fork, the front fork,
It's
binawasan
the
mo yung
same.
height.
Yeah, so Buck lowered it ng contest so that so that it coincides with the lowered links. But that's but the MTS I didn't change it at all. I just like it is as it is, and the seat is just nakasagad to the lowest level.
Pero guys, let's face it, di ba? Pag binabaan mo yung adventure bike, oy si Pong! Hindi, pag binabaan,
May hardcore na
Yun,
tayo.
yun,
Meron
hype.
tayong
Oh, yan na,
hardcore
yan
na
eksakto
guess.
yan. Wait, ito lang, tapusin ko lang. Pag binabaan niyo yung bike, di ba? Nawawala yung majestic look niya. Totoo lang, di ba? Pag binabaan niyo yung seat, binabaan niyo yung overall
Hey,
height.
Pong, we can hear you.
A little bit.
Parang, hindi na siya mukhang adventure bike, mukha ng cruiser.
Actually, may mga
Binaban.
GS na nakita ko na ganyan. Yung mga adventure bike na sobrang lowered. Na
Oo,
sobra, ha?
Suspension.
Pinuputol yung
Hello?
suspension, Jolly.
Are you serious?
Wala nang laro.
Opo.
Suspension. Nakaslam
Ayan.
na.
Ginagawa yan?
Yep.
Sorry. Wala akong alam
Pong.
sa ano eh. Sa laptop.
Ba't
Ba't ka
delayed
nandito, Pong?
Hindi siya gumagalaw.
Delayed buntis.
Ba't ka napadalaw dito sa tunay na rider, Pong?
Height kasi pinag-uusapan at natunugan niya eh. Ay, Pong.
Teka, nabibingin na si Pong.
Hindi lang height ang kulang.
Tara, Alex, hintayin mo ako matapos.
Oo nga.
Sorry,
Pong,
sorry. Okay na, naririnig na ako.
Yes, we
Oh,
can
yan,
hear you, Pong.
yan.
pag mahina reception, taas mo yung kamay mong ganun, lalakas yan. Ganun mo.
Ito tatanong ko kay Pong. Kasi ang usapan namin dito tungkol sa height ng rider. So, ikaw, ano marerekomenda mo? Alam ko naman na na mahilig ka sa cruiser. Siyempre, kung wala kang height, pipiliin mo yung mababang upuan.
Anong brand ba gusto?
Malay.
Pong,
Pwedeng Honda
nasa show
Rebel
ka,
kung
ha?
height mo.
Hindi ka tinawagan na group call, ha? Live tayo sa
sorry.
sa Facebook, ha?
Okay,
Hindi kami tumawag na.
Live tayo sa TV.
Pakilala lang natin si Jeffrey. Si Pong Ilagan kasi, lahat ng klase ng bike gagawin niyang cruiser para maabot mo.
Yun lang. Oo.
Mismo.
So, Pong, we're talking about how you ride tall bikes. Ano yung mga tips na pwedeng gawin mo, etc. Or si Pong will basically chop it para maabot niya.
Yun, kung gusto mo magamit mo kung anong gusto mong bike, isa lang ang una mong gagawin. Kailangan mo muna matuto mag-off-road. Kasi doon lalakas ang loob mo sa matataas na bike eh.
Yon, that's another great tip.
Galing kasi ako ng off-road. So, kahit anong bike, kaya ko nang sampahan kahit maliit ako, hindi ako takot. Kasi iba yung consequence sa
So,
lupa
Pong,
at sa
wala kang fear of heights, right?
wala.
Macho ah.
Wala. Basta nakagater na ako, okay na yun. Ang problema ko yung paghinto.
Iyan ang sinasabi namin. Babalik ka din sa katotohanan eh.
May mga jeep naman eh. May mga bus naman sa gilid na pwede gumanon eh.
Yan ang mood ko.
Yun ang hardcore.
Gawin mo
Wait,
na
Pong,
lang
for our audience, ano yung height mo?
5'2".
5'2".
Oh, yeah.
Yun ang
Yari kayo.
hardcore.
Yan ang hardcore.
Ano yung mga
5'2".
tallest bikes that you've ridden?
Yung KTM ni Kuya Cho, halos hanggang dibdib ko yung upuan.
Parang swimming pool ah.
Hanggang dibdib ko yung upuan. Hanggang dito yung upuan. Sabi ko, kaya ba to? Yan yung pinakamataas.
Grabe.
Ano yung experience mo doon?
Wala, pinapa-jump nila ako sa ano eh. Dahil di ko kaya mag-jump, sabi ko, makakalula, ang taas ng motor. Ikot lang.
Galing mag-ride
Okay.
si Pong.
Galing talaga mag-ride si Pong. Mas magaling siya mga Alaska.
Number one yan. Number
Hindi,
one.
si Miguel Flores ang malakas mang Alaska, hindi ako. Kawawa ko doon sa Casichadoro.
Kaso nagtatago si Miguel eh. Ayaw
Hindi,
pakita.
question. Pong, ito, Jolly. Pag binababaan mo yung bike na alter bumper handling niya, nag-iiba.
Depende, ano ibababa? Yung mismong bike o yung seat?
May technique kasi, pag ibababa,
O lowering kit, yung...
hindi ako favor sa lowering kit, Kuya Aris.
Oo.
Hindi ako favor, sisira yung geometry ng motor. Ako
Even
pinaka-the best,
Yeah.
ako pinaka-the best, lowering seat, not lowering kit.
Oo.
Para same pa rin yung angle ng bike, kumpleto pa rin siya pag ginamit mo. Andun pa rin yung malambot na suspension, andun pa rin yung engineer niya. Once na binago mo kasi yung motor, nawawala yung 1-inch play eh. So, nagiging hardtail na siya, nagiging matigas na siya. Yun ang pakiramdam ko bilang maliit na rider.
Hindi, tsaka kayo nagkakalikot kayo ng bike. Alam nyo, nag-iiba yung behavior ng bike, di ba? Especially lowering link is attached to the chassis. Chassis, parang pinakabuto niya yan eh. Yan, lalagyan mo ng ganun. Wari, ano yan, sa cornering, mararamdaman niya yan.
So, it's
Sobra.
either mag-practice ka talaga, mag-training ka, or wag mo ipilit. Kasi pag pinipilit,
Mismo.
masakit.
Or accept mo na lang yung fact na may ganung pyesa ka nilagay, so wag mo i-push sa limit. Ano lang.
That's
Yeah,
yun nga,
relax.
sakto. But that's why nga yung ano eh, diba? Like parang the MTS, I didn't mess with the suspension anymore. It was just the seat. Sinagad ko talaga yung seat sa pinaka lowest setting. Pero yung T7 walang choice eh. Wala naman ng option na ganyan eh. So parang the only way to do it is really to put the links on. Pero yun nga, sabi ni Aris, don't push it. Hanggang dun ka na lang. Don't go crazy with it. Don't, you know,
Yung jump,
don't,
yung jump. Wag mo na
No,
pa-jump.
wag na.
Oo.
Okay, so Aris, doon sa Africa Twin mo, what did you do to modify it?
Ganito Kanina ko pa gusto sabihin to eh. Tama si
Okay.
Pong, I settled na dun sa low seat lang. Nagpalit akong low seat. It's not cheap galing pang US. Maghihintay ka pa pagdating. Nakuha ko na, tuwan-tuwa ako. You know what happened, pare? The Africa Twin, the adventure sport, has a tall windscreen. Yung ano pa siya, standard seat dito. Yung nag-low seat ako, dito siya ngayon.
Windshield na.
Oo, sabi
Di
ko,
ganun ka magmotor.
lalo na pag umulan na. Dito ko tumitingin sa side eh. Pag gano'n.
Parang Ace Ventura.
Oo. Win some, lose some ka eh. Ngayon meron siyang OEM, pwede mong kunin. Kaya sabi ko, gastos na naman to. I mean, sabi ko, dahan-dahan, talagang pag bago nyo kunin yung bike, alamin nyo na, kaya better na bago mo kunin yung bike, upuan nyo sa showroom. Kung pwede nga, ikot nyo, i-test ride. Lahat, pare, yung ergonomics, para malaman nyo lahat. Hindi yung dahil, may siya gamit ni Gino, ang pogi kay Gino, siguro pogi rin sa akin yung bike.
Or
Ganun eh.
isipin nila,
Oo.
5'6 ako, 5'7. Kung kaya ni Gino, kaya ni Aris, kaya ko rin. Not necessarily, right?
Not necessarily, pare.
Minsan
Yun
kasi
lang.
pag bumibili ng bike, ito napapansin ko sa mga maraming bumibili eh. Bibili
Katulad ni Mark
nila yung bike model na meron yung kaibigan nila.
yeah.
Yun.
Kasi, bilhin mo to kasi mas maganda to sa ganyan. Tapos tayong lahat nakaganito.
Yep.
Hindi naman totoo
Parang
yun
si
eh.
Gino at
Yeah.
si Mark Nelson.
Kahit anong bike
Yeah,
bilhin
pero
mo, basta kung
gumagana
paano mo
yung
gamitin.
dalawang mark sa akin.
Oo.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Ano?
Ha?
Ano ginagawa ng dalawang Mark Hill?
Hindi, gumagaya sila sa akin.
Gumagaya.
The reason why I really wanted the T7, the reason why I really wanted it, because nobody I knew had one. Like that was one of the main reasons, right? So it's different from everybody else's. bigla na lang si Mark Nelson, ay, gusto ko rin ng T7, gaya-gaya. We bought one. Tingnan si Mark Sung, ay, gusto ko rin ng T7. Ay, yun, yung friend niya, bumali rin ng isa.
Si Vince Tagle, bumili rin si Vince Tagle.
Si Vince
Nandun-
Tagle.
Oh, lahat yata ng taga-boss.
Oo, bumili na.
Okay.
Natauhan.
So,
natauhan pa.
Si Gino Rufino pala, yung ultimate budol.
Yan.
Loki budol
When you
yan.
bought a T7, everybody bought a T7.
No. I don't think so.
1612.
Magkano ba yung commission mo sa Yamaha, Gino?
Dapat nga, meron wala eh.
Wala, Ducati ka
But
daw
I gotta
kasi.
thank you, Gino. Kasi kung hindi mo sila nabudol, hindi ko makukuha yung 790 adventure ni Vince Tagle.
That's right.
So, maraming salamat, Gino.
Wow, pay when able yan pag si Vince.
Oo.
Pwede nga barter. Pwede yung barter.
Asin, palit na
On
asin.
sale ba yung ride ba nila? Did I see that correct? On sale ba yung ride ba nila?
Tapos na.
Tapos
Pero
na ba?
para sa'yo,
Today was the last
para
day.
sa'yo, lagi ka may sale.
Yeah.
Ang dami kong binili. Bumili na ako ng kidney belt with back pro. Bumili ako ng gloves. Grabe, ang ganda ng sale sa Speedy.
It's a great
Okay.
brand, PD.
Let's go back. Now let's recap. You got to train, right? Off-road training it will definitely help you. You got to be fit. Ito yung the downside of having a shorter inseam. You got to be fit.
Or it's an upside that you have to be fit. Depends how you look at it.
For me, it's a downside.
Malakas yung legs.
yung upside of being fat and riding is not only I don't need to be that tall because built-in compression na yon. Bababa talaga yung motor konti. I bring my lowering kit with me.
Ano dyan, Iba? Yung mga friend.
Kumain na marami.
So you gotta be short and fat.
Yung mga nagpaplanong bumili ng tall bikes, lalo na adventure bike, of course. Hintayin nyo lang. Madaming nabibigla. Pagbili nila, hindi nila akalain na ganun. Ganun katangkad, ganun kabigat. Hintayin lang kayo. Ang laking discount.
Aris, that's how I got my GS.
Yeah,
That's
diba?
how I got my GS. So I did a Bicol ride. Nag-Bicol kami. Bagong labas ng GS ng ninong ko. Naka 650 Dakar lang ako noon. 2 beses siya natumba.
Yun.
Sabi niya, Iba, gusto mo ba to? Sabi ko, Ninong, wala akong pera. Magkano ba kaya mo? Sa'yo na. Oo.
Ayun.
Kasi napahiya sila eh. Di ba?
Samahan ng ninong mag-ride.
Na tol, ibubudol mo yung mga ninong, bumili ng mataas na bike, and pag nahulog,
samahan mo
offeran
mag-ride.
mo. Yun ang style. Yun ang style.
Feeling ko, yun ang style ni Mark Sung.
Ngayon, kung wala na talaga, dalhin nyo kay Pong. Gagawin yung cruiser yan.
Cruiser all the bikes.
Yung Yamaha Bolt ko, isang yosi lang ang taas eh.
Grabe, di ba?
Pero
Sobrang
compromise na
baba
talaga yung performance, di ba, Pong? If you're gonna make it that low, there are drawbacks talaga. Like what?
Tingnan mo.
Like
Spinal
Walang wobble.
problem.
Kasi naka-rigid ako eh. Wala akong suspension sa likod eh. Naka-drop ako eh.
Compromise na talaga yun.
So, mga 10 years from now, mas magkakasakit ka na sa likod.
Wasak ang pelvic bone mo.
Buong
Bago ka
Star
mag-rigid.
Road. Buong Star Road nakatayo si Pong sa sa cruiser niya. Sabi mo, ba't nakatayo to? Doon ko na napansin, naka-hardtail. Ginawa adventure bike yung cruiser. Yung pala, hindi siya makaupo dahil, di ba, may part doon from Lipa to Batangas City, hindi ba?
Masama.
Uneven siya. Nakatayo si Pong doon.
Uy, Aris, baka gusto
Ay, right
bilhin ni
natin.
Pong yung strap-on mo. Pakita mo yung strap-on mo
Yeah.
kay Pong.
Ito, Pong, ito.
Pong,
Dinidi-
kinakabit sa sapatos.
Plus 2 inches ka.
Ano mangyayari?
Paano
Ayoko
kami
na.
nakakabit sa sapatos?
Strap
Nakita
on,
mo yung
strap on.
boots.
Idol,
Yung
idol.
naka-
Yan nakakabit. Yan yung nakakabit.
Huwag naman yan, Kuya Aris. Kaya ko pa naman.
Bakit naman? Ha?
Parang may barko ka sa paa eh.
Natatanggal yan. Natatanggal yan. Pag manliligaw ka na, tanggalin mo na.
Uy,
Sabi
si
ni
Idol.
Brando, mag-star rise daw.
Ayan, o. Ayan, o.
Good evening, Idol Glenn.
Oh.
Good evening,
Ano na
Idol
lang?
Glenn Aguilar. Greatest of all time.
Yeah, the idol, the idol. Yan,
Sir Glenn.
Star
ano
rise
din.
daw kayo.
Sanay sa ano yan, tall bikes, although hindi naman siya katangkadan. Si Glenn Aguilar, di ba?
Ano ba height ni...
Sir Glenn, ano yung mga
Matangkad
tips
kasi
mo
yun,
for
Aris.
short riders?
Oo. Maliit pa sa akin si Glenn eh. Nakita ko na yun in person eh.
Talaga?
He must,
Mukha
he
siya
must be
matagal eh.
No, he must be, hula ko 5'4 to 5'3 o 5'4 yan. Nakita ko
Si
yan
Kuya
eh.
Jolit Hawang maliit.
Jolit Haw ba? Si Glenn ba matangkad?
Nako,
Ah,
Matangkad si Kuya Glenn, parang 5'7".
5'10".
5'10".
Oh, 5'10 and a half si...
5'10".
Oo.
Talaga.
Si Jolet.
Grabe.
Sorry Glenn, sorry.
Pare, kasi
5'4".
natatandaan ko Teka,
Ayan
ang
na,
natatandaan
mag-birthday
ko,
boy.
pareho kami ng height ni Glenn Aguilar eh.
Glenn. Oo.
Nag-promise pa nga siyang bibigyan niya ako ng pantalon.
Hindi kasi ako,
Talaga? Dapat may
naalala,
pirma.
kaya ako nahirapan sa memory ko, 5'8 naman ako. 58 na ako sa Saturday.
Pasensya lang,
sorry
Sir
Glenn,
Glenn.
sorry Glenn. No. Si Jolet nga yun, si Jolet yung
Si
medyo
Kuya
short.
Jolit yun, 5'4".
Oo nga. Na-mix ako. Okay.
Nagpa-plug si Brando.
Nagpa-plug si Brando. Kanina pa namin pinaplug yan.
Oo nga.
Ikaw
Oo
ang
nga.
ikaw ang late.
Ano ba
tuloy
yung
narinig.
happening na to, Bak?
Si Jarvis.
Oo,
Jarvis
Graham.
Tagalog, pupunta dyan.
Oo.
Jarvis Tagalog.
Sino si
Ang
Jarvis?
tawag? Enduro King, yan ang tawag sa kanya eh.
Oo.
Extreme Enduro King.
Meron
sige ba?
laro.
When is
meron
that?
parang
Next weekend.
Asia.
Yeah.
Next
Hardcore
weekend.
enduro race.
Yeah.
Bukas pa ba, Brando, yung registration para sa gusto sumali?
Can you just watch? Can you go there and just watch? Or you have to...
Pwede.
Oh, pwede. No.
May
We can
meet and
cover,
greet,
Gino. We can cover.
Jarvis.
You can watch, you can cover. You can participate also. I think
Close
there's...
na
So
pala
daw.
yung registration, pero pwede manood.
Okay.
Masaya yun.
Basta
Umuulan.
yung Africa Twin mo ron, Kuya Aris.
Ayoko na. Alam mo, ang ayoko
Oy.
mangyari sa Africa Twin.
Oy, hindi
Maputikan.
totoo yan.
Ayoko na maputikan.
Di totoo yan.
Aris,
Sayang
maingit
naman.
ka dito.
Bakit?
Si Bak is riding with Jarvis on the 13th.
Oh
Pero
my God.
nakakotse kami.
Miski na, ako na driver,
Naka-defender.
pare. Ano ba, miski angkas mo ko. Okay lang, riding in thunders tayo.
Si Vince, MC daw dyan sa
Vince, you have to change your profile pic.
Yeah.
O nga, ano yung profile ni... Uy, motor ko yan, Vince. May copyright
Vince.
infringement.
You have to change your profile pic.
Palitan mo na yan, Vince.
Dapat
Akin yan.
T7 na, nga.
Sino ba yung sasali sa atin doon? Si Brando. I think si Vince
Si
din
Brando
sasali yan.
sasali yan.
Si Joseph. Si Joseph ata kasali din eh. Joseph Santos ba yun?
Marami.
Best pa yun
May nakita ko ano
Best
eh.
pa?
May
Maraming Joseph Santos.
yun nga,
Parang 5 Joseph Santos yata kaibigan ko eh.
Oo. Nagpo-post ng photos eh. Yan, nakakatuwa eh. I mean, this is a growing sport na pwede mag-excel ang Pinoy dyan. Kaya natin
Kailangan ng height.
mura buhay sa atin eh. Kaya kayang-kaya. Di ba? Patay kang patay. Very difficult sport. Di ba? Yun lang.
Dapat lang ma-achieve ma-achieve ng tama ang mga genetic potential ng mga Pilipino.
Yun.
Tsaka,
All right, so going back, thank you for
Next,
bringing us
next.
back to the
Genetic
Um,
potential.
are there any other tips that you guys have for riders that are challenged in inseam? Pero actually, Jolly and I were talking about it. It's not just the inseam that may impact. Yung haba rin ng paa.
Laki ng
Like
paa
Aris
o haba?
showed, di ba? Yung
Yeah.
laki, yung haba, yung laki ng paa.
Kasi
Kasi,
pag tinipto mo, may advantage yung mahaba.
yep.
Yeah, but also know just be very familiar with the bikes, the weight of the bike and everything, because that's an important part of it. Like, I know at a certain angle the T7 you can't save it anymore. Diba, there's an angle na parang sige, just lay it down because that's point of no return na yun at a certain angle. So there's certain, but other bikes are different. Diba? I'm sure the KTM, the 790, the angle of that point of no return is different from that of the T7.
Mababa
Yes.
talaga yung
So
weight.
on and so forth.
Oh.
The weight is
Yes.
a big factor.
Maybe the best tip I can give, pagpunta nyo sa showroom, itry nyo, upuan nyo, ibaba nyo yung stand. Kung pwede nga, ihiga nyo yung bike, itry nyo itayo ulit, upuan nyo, balikan nyo 3 times, 4 times. Huwag na isang beses.
Mag-isip talaga.
Yes. Oo,
Yeah,
kasi-
and
Do
don't
your
ano,
research.
do your research and don't let your ego get in the way. It's the same way as don't twist the throttle with your ego. Don't choose a bike because of that. Because just because all your friends ride one doesn't mean you have to too. It's actually better that you don't. I think it's actually cooler that you don't have the same bike as everybody else.
Oo nga.
Oh. So, benta mo na yung
Amen.
tenere.
Naka-MTS na eh.
Oo,
Oo,
naka-MPS
oo.
ka na. Bibili na ni Mark Sung yung tenere mo.
Dami ng bike ni Gino.
Hindi, dalawa lang.
Okay, ikaw, Pong, ano yung tips mo? Parang tips mo
pinaka-tip ko
for
siguro,
shorter riders, for cute riders
Balls.
katulad mo.
Mag-training sila ng off-road para pagsampa nila sa malaki, confident ka talaga. Para magkaiba kasi yung respeto ng kalsada at saka bundok eh.
Yeah.
Medyo aggressive ka na pag tungtong mo ng kalsada eh. So ikaw na mag-a-adjust pagdating mo ng kalsada.
And then sa
Kasi
off-road,
di ba sa lupa, pakbak eh.
at saka sa off-road, kung nahulog ka sa off-road, iba sa hulog
Ayos
sa
lang.
asfalto, di ba? O ayos lang, normal
Ayos lang.
yung mahulog ka sa off-road.
Nalaglag nga ako sa 15 feet, walang nangyari sa akin eh. Tawa lang si Mel eh. Diba? Nalaglag ako eh. Si Spike kasi mali ang trangko eh. Hindi ko naabot yung motor. Yun ang problema
Nanisi
ko.
ka pa.
Pag hinto ko, pag
Yung
hinto
damay ka
ko,
pa.
hindi ko pala abot yung motor. Bumagsak na lang ako, nalaglag ako. Diba? Yun na lang.
Okay lang siya.
No choice eh. Okay lang siya.
Sana lahat ng tao, sana lahat ng tao kasing tibay mo Pong. Iba si Pong, I mean, nakasabay ko sa
Oo.
off-road yun. Tibay.
Ibang level si Pong.
Pero Aris, na off-road mo na yung Africa Twin?
Hindi pa, actually, ayoko nga maputikan sa totoo lang. Sayang naman. Ang ganda-ganda ng paint job niya eh. Ikaw, actually, I don't intend na i-offroad siya. It's for long haul actually.
Yeah,
Yun ang ko sa, kaya nga siya automatic, di ba? Automatic transmission. For long haul.
80 yung binili mo.
Oh, hindi city.
Rare
City.
yun.
That's why. It's for
Pwede
long
pang
haul.
bundok yun. Maganda sa bundok yun.
Wala na
Oo
flat
nga,
scratch.
pero hindi na, tapos na ako dyan. Nadala na ako kakasama sa inyo ni Mel Aquino. Okay na ako.
Kailan nga ulit? Birthday mo?
Saturday.
Saturday, guys.
Saturday.
Imbitado kayo dun sa Esplendido.
Yun.
Wait,
Alright.
this Saturday or next Saturday?
No, this Saturday.
So,
Thank you, guys.
Sa Clark.
Sa Clark. Hindi, I'll be there
Sa
Saturday,
Clark.
Sunday. September 4 na yan.
Umiiwas sa Clark kasi baka manlibre pa siya sa Clark eh.
Kaya maglalagay akong
Apat ko na lang yan. Taga-amin lang yan si Aris eh.
malapit lang dito si Pong. Umiinom din kami dito sa bahay.
All right. So I guess, yeah, thank you again, Gino, Aris, Pong. Miss na miss kita. It's good. Let's have you on the show soon. Na pag-usapan natin yung mga custom
Chopper!
creations
Chopper
mo.
talk.
Oo.
Moon Eyes.
Moon Eyes. Yun, pag-usapan natin.
Ay, nice.
Pakalalaban
and
ulit sila Pong.
any words of wisdom? Let's start with age.
Nagbabalak eh.
Start tayo with
Any
with
last
age,
words?
Aris.
Words of
Last
wisdom. Yun lang. Be wise in choosing bikes. Again, I will emphasize, treat it like buying a pair of shoes. Hindi lahat kakasa sa'yo, hindi lahat komportable sa'yo, hindi lahat bagay sa lifestyle mo. Alam mo na ang pagsisisi nasa huli. Kaya mag-ingat sa pagbili, maging metikuloso. Think about safety. Number 1, ilagay safety bago ang forma, bago ang performance. Salamat sa tunay na rider. Mabuhay kayo.
Yon. All right. Gino.
What? Okay. No, so if you are going to be looking for a taller bike and you are vertically challenged, let's say 5'4" and below, just be sure that you have the proper training, proper skills to be able to ride it. Because if something happens on the road and it's too tall, don't be too proud. Don't be too proud to say that you can't do it. And it's totally fine, because there is going to be a bike out there that's fit just for you, and it's going to be perfect for you.
Yun.
Sabi ni Mark Song, Gino, tumalon pag sa atin ng New
That
Year.
doesn't work.
Puro meet
Or-
yan,
or
puro
if
meet.
it-
Nag-work sa akin yung Gino.
If it does work, that means I would have been 5'2" if I didn't do it for all those years. Right? So
Puro myth yan, myth.
myth, absolute myth. That doesn't work.
Ikaw, Pongski.
Word of wisdom. Kung gusto nyo, kung ayaw nyo tumanda, magmotor kayo. Yun ang pinakamasarap na ginawa at na-invento sa mundo. Motor.
Yon. All
Yun,
right.
Motor.
And again, you guys are invited. September 15, we've got a super special bike night. Pwede ko ba sabihin? Or super...
Hindi.
What? Limited ano ba yan? By invitation?
Padadala na lang natin sila ng invitation.
By invitation.
Via Gcash
but
ba yan? Via Gcash yung invitation?
Kung hindi ka invited, 500 peso parking fee. Kung invited ka, libre. Alright.
Pwede ba yung ibang
Naalala
bike
sinabi ni
brands?
Pong.
Yeah!
Pwede. Pero may
Sinabi ni
50
Pong
pesos.
na pag
15.
kung ayaw mong tumanda, magmotor ka na magmotor. Tingnan mo si Pong,
Oo.
nagmotor. Hindi lumaki.
Naging ermitanyo.
All bike brands are welcome. Tunay na rider to eh. And then again, thank you Archie, thank you BMW for hooking this up. It'll be the first of many bike nights that Tunay na Rider will be having in season 4. All right.
Pinalitan nga ni Vince yung ano niya, yung
Mabuhay kayo.
profile pic niya. Pinalitan ka agad,
And
no?
then Aris, may tenere na sa picture niya. Aris, sabi ni Vince, naghanap daw ng sponsor para sa camera mo. Para medyo tumino.
Welcome.
Alam mo si
Yung
Vince is
webcam.
very generous. The Ride Manila people are very generous people. Thank you. Nilinis ko lang luminaw na eh. Yun lang.
Aris, alam mo kung gaano ka generous? Naka 790 adventure ako dahil kay Vince.
Yun nga, biro mo. 50 years to
Sobrang
pay.
generous talaga.
Ang ganda ng
Oo.
deal na yan. 50 years to pay. Parang
Don't forget
pag-ibig
pala the Philippine Superbike Championship this weekend. It's on the PSBK
yun.
Facebook page.
Oh.
I'm going
Ay,
there.
Aris, ano daw, swap daw kayo ng windscreen ng Africa Twin ni Mark Sung. Kasi
Maliit
yung windscreen niya, yung mas mababa.
I think that's the the standard Africa Twin. Sobrang liit naman yun. Ang bala ko dun sa akin, patubasan. May nagtatabas na I don't know kung sa biker box.
Ako.
Tatabasan lang. 1 inch lang.
Bigyan mo akong plies at saka martilyo, tabasin natin.
At saka sipong. Lahat yan, tinatabas na.
Wala. Gawa na lang kita ng bago.
Yun, tamo. Sipong, lahat ginagawa ng paraan.
Acrylic lang katapat niyan.
Yun nga.
Okay na? Pwede na tayo mag-close ng show? Okay na?
Next week ba yung BMW?
September 15.
Ano ba yan?
Ulitin natin.
Na kasi ano.
8 palang next week. Di next week si Jeffrey. Next week si Pong.
Next week mag-guest ka.
Oo.
Oh ba?
All
Thank you,
about
sir.
choppers.
All about choppers.
Uy, gusto ko na kumain.
O
Pwede
tara.
na?
Good night.
Pupunta na tayo.
Ayun na.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Tunay na rider. Thank you.
Ay, yung raffle pa pala. Ay, naku.
Ay, next week na. Next week.
What's the
na,
raffle?
next week.
Bigay mo na lang sa akin.
Sige.
Ayun.
Grabe
Slap on ni
Railroad.
Aris.
Big black strap on.
Next week, Jarvis on Tunay na Rider. Sinabi na ni Mark Song. Jarvis on Tunay na Rider. Scoop yan.
Uy, grabe.
Hindi manood.
Oo.
May balat sa
Cherryfer yung sponsor. Actually, dapat Cherryfer yung sponsor dito sa show na to.
Star Margarine.